Coming up, a couple put a child outside as punishment, but who was really punished?
And find out what county is creating more farmland.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Tishelle Williams.
And I'm Taylor Williams. Earl Franks Jr. and Katoya Jennings are facing criminal charges for leaving a child outside as a form of punishment. The couple told the boy to stay in the backyard at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. The boy was seen walking down the street at 10 o'clock Sunday morning by a passing driver. After an investigation, Franks and Jennings were placed under arrest for reckless conduct. The boy was released to a relative. Georgia law requires parents and guardians to supervise their children and provide the basics for survival, including food, clothes, shelter, water, etc.
A Valdosta State University student was hit by a Chevrolet Impala Monday evening. Is in stable condition and talking. She was crossing the street in a crosswalk on Cicella Street when she was hit by a car's front bumper. The student was taken to South Georgia Medical Center with multiple injuries. No charges have been filed against the driver, but the Valdosta Police Department Traffic Unit is still investigating the accident.
27-year-old Glenn Turner could face multiple charges after being involved in a motorcycle chase a little after midnight on Sunday. Turner was caught speeding on Bemis Road and wrecked his bike at the railroad crossing on Guest Road. He was thrown 40 feet from his bike and flown by helicopter to a hospital in Tallahassee. Charges have not been filed, but the following could be charged against him: fleeing, speeding, failure to obey a stop sign, failure to maintain his lane, and reckless driving.
A 26-year-old man says he was assaulted by an African-American man with a handgun while he was riding his bike on Ponderosa Drive Sunday night. The victim says he exchanged words with the man and was then punched several times by multiple people. He says his phone, wallet, and keys were stolen, which are worth almost $280. The man was taken to South Georgia Medical Center and released. His injury was a swollen face. Investigators say they believe narcotics were involved and that the victim has not been fully cooperating with the investigation.
The Valdosta Citizens Police Academy graduation will be held tomorrow night at 6:30. The graduation will be held at the Valdosta Police Department headquarters. The Citizens Police Academy is an 8-week program designed to teach and inform citizens on the VPD and local government. Classes meet each Thursday. The program is held twice a year. If you are interested, the next course will be held in the spring.
The Lowndes County Commission approved a zoning request yesterday. The rezoning allows 2 residential parcels to be turned into farmland. The land is on Whitewater Road and Bent Tree Drive. Together, they total 12 acres in size. While there was previously a small amount of livestock on each property, now it will be completely transformed into farmland with no residential housing. The motion was approved on 3 conditions. There can be no more than 15 animals between both parcels, no swine is allowed, and the county must have access to maintain a drainage ditch that crosses the property. The rezoning was approved by a 4-1 vote.
Local smokers have their chance to quit with the help of SGMC.
And the Hayhire Fire Department lowers their ISO. These stories and more when we come back.
When every moment matters and a hand reaches out, when someone gives blood and a life is saved, that moment when heartbreak turns to hope, you're there through the American Red Cross. Every day, the Red Cross responds to nearly 200 neighborhood emergencies, and your support makes it possible. Use this moment to join us today. Visit redcross.org.
Valdosta State University.
Quality academics.
Caring faculty mentors.
A beautiful campus.
Opportunities for involvement, leadership, and service.
Championship athletics, spirit and pride.
Discover your opportunities. Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
If you are a tobacco user who is thinking of quitting, your opportunity may come sooner than you think. The South Georgia Medical Center, along with its Lanier and Barron campuses, are teaming up for the Great American Smokeout next Thursday, November 20th. Free lung capacity tests will help tobacco users to diagnose emphysema, asthma, bronchitis, and other lung disorders. SGMC staff will also administer blood pressure tests, as tobacco is known to increase blood pressure levels. The tests will be held in various locations, including Valdosta State's Health Science and Business Administration building.
High-Risk Fire Department has lowered its ISO rating from Class 4 to Class 3. Insurance Service Office evaluations are performed every 5 years. The ISO evaluated the overall operations of the fire department from equipment, personnel, on-duty staffing, training, and water system according to Hahira Fire Chief Dwight Bennett. The better a department's ISO rating, the lower the insurance premiums for home and business owners.
Georgia farmers are being targeted for a new technology that has yet to be deemed legal by the Federal Aviation Administration. The Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International is proposing the idea of using drones to help improve agricultural yields. Drones have already been approved in movie and television production areas, but has yet to be approved for agricultural use. Drone supporters say the technology could offer farmers multispectral images of their crops to see which areas need more fertilizer, water, or other essential minerals.
The Lowndes County Historical Society and Museum is hosting an event Saturday to draw attention to a former famous resident of Valdosta. Victoria Wilcox, the author of On the Trail with Doc Holliday, From Southern Sun to Texas Outlaw, will talk about her book, which chronicles the life of John Henry Holliday, also known as Doc Holliday, who was famous for his reputation as an American Wild West gunslinger. He was involved with the famous gunfight at the OK Corral in Tombstone, Arizona in 1881. Little known facts include his father was once a mayor here in Valdosta, and Doc Holliday was one of the first students at the Valdosta Institute.
Pianist Adwidigan Pratt will be hosting the 2014 American Prize-winning Valdosta Symphony Orchestra for Ludwig van Beethoven's Piano Concerto on Saturday, November 15th. The performance will start at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now, and tickets are $27 for adults and $10 for students. Senior military and VSU faculty and staff discounts are available. The concert will be held in Valdosta State University's Whitehead Auditorium, which is located on the first floor of the Fine Arts Building.
When we come back, we'll go to Anthony Harris for our local weather forecast.
So don't go away.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
That's low, that's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing. Seriously. Okay.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
It's time to look at the weather with Anthony Harris. Anthony, what's coming up?
Thanks, ladies. The weather for today will be warmer than we've had in recent days, as the high for today is 79 degrees with a 0% chance of rain. Humidity is at 56%, but expect mainly cloudy skies and cool temperatures for the rest of the day, with winds coming from the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight the skies will be mostly cloudy, and tonight's low will be a brisk 54 degrees. We have another dry night ahead of us with a 0% chance of rain tonight, so don't worry about your umbrellas once again tonight. There will be light winds this evening coming from the west-northwest at around 3 miles per hour with 89% humidity. Also, the sun will set at 5:37 p.m., so take advantage of the warm daylight while you can. The weather for tomorrow will be a tad bit cooler than what we've been experiencing today. The high will be 72 degrees with cloudy skies, and the temperatures will fall into the low 40s in the evening with humidity around 56%. We'll have a 0% chance of rain all day and light winds coming in from the northwest at around 7 miles per hour. It'll be cloudy with the sun rising at 6:58 a.m. and setting at 5:37 p.m. The UV index was at a 5 for today, which is moderate on the 12-point scale, so it's been a nice day to get outdoors. Fortunately for the Valdosta area, we've had a lovely pollen count of 1.4 for today. The pollen levels for the rest of the afternoon will remain relatively stable in the very low range. Pollen levels at this time should only affect those with very serious pollen allergies. Well, that's all I have for the weather today. Let's take it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Anthony.
We have to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll have a look at our local sports with Mark Mongell.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. Ooh. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back.
Now it's time to check in with Mark Mongell for our local sports report. Mark?
Thanks. It almost seems to be a bit of a tradition for the Valdosta Wildcats to make it to the playoffs. This is the 6th consecutive year that they have made it, but in the last 3 years, they have been 0-3 in the playoffs. This 6A school has a positive mindset, though. They said practices have been good and the kids are staying positive. The VHS football team has its first playoff game versus Newton this Friday. They will be playing at home. Highland Christian Academy's boys varsity basketball team defeated Open Bible Tuesday night 56-28. The Eagles scored 21 points within the first 6 minutes, which is impressive. Open Bible played reasonably well, other than the start, which kept it from being a close game. The Warriors will have another game on Thursday against Northside Christian Academy in Stark, Florida. Valdosta State University will kick off its basketball season this Friday. The Lady Blazers will take on the Eckerd Tritons at VSU's PE complex starting at 6 p.m., and the men's team will face Lane College Dragons at 8 p.m. Lady Blazers head coach Kylie Hill improved the team's record at the conclusion of last season to 254 and 145. with a winning percentage of .637. The men's overall record last season was 16-12 and a 9-11 GSC record, placing the Blazers 7th in the Gulf South Conference. The Valdosta State volleyball team has moved to the semifinal round of the Gulf Golf South Conference Championship Tournament on Tuesday night. The Blazers, which are the number 3 seed in the tournament, swept Alabama, Huntsville, 3-0 at the complex. On Saturday, VSU will be traveling to Rome, Georgia to take on the West Florida Argonauts, the number 2 seed. The match will start at 2:30. The Blazers swept UAH at the complex on November 2nd, which was expected, but on Tuesday night, they gave VSU a better match. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mark. Coming up, there's an annual banquet next Tuesday night that you'll want to know about.
So stay with us.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
At VSU, we're fired up. We spark intellect on a cool campus. VSU. In a hot college town. We fan the spirit with national championships. And fuel your fun side. Valdosta State University. Ignite!
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
The Wiregrass Foundation North will be hosting its annual meeting and banquet next Tuesday night. This is the 29th year that the Wiregrass Foundation has hosted the meal. The dinner will be held at the Charles Harris Learning Center on the Ben Hill Irwin campus. Entertainment will be provided by comedian and ventriloquist Steve Brogan. The Wiregrass Foundation North provides support for students such as academic scholarships in Ben Hill and surrounding counties. For information on purchasing tickets, visit wiregrass.edu. That's our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Tishelle Williams.
And I'm Taylor Williams. We'll see you again tomorrow.